Hello people of the web, I'm ZactheDragon, and today we're looking at Minecraft Snapshot 19W40A. It was only a few days ago I was complaining about Mojang having the audacity to release its snapshot on a Friday, the day of my week that I'm typically busiest. Well, obviously they acknowledged that this was a mistake, and so this week we're back to a Wednesday snapshot, which is much more convenient for me. Thank you, Mojang. In case you didn't catch the announcements made at Minecon, there is a link in the description to the update highlights video that Mojang released. In summary, they're aiming to release 1.15 in Q4 of 2019. Now Q4 means October 1st to December 31st. Now of course this is a very wide range, and it could even be pushed into 2020. The main purpose of 1.15 is fixing bugs and optimizing performance. With the last major release, it went rather badly and caused many Minecraft servers to crash regularly and perform poorly. Something that I'm sure Mojang are hoping not to repeat with this one. Of course, 1.15 isn't without new features. It will include the bees and related blocks and items that we've seen in previous snapshots, but also two other new blocks which I'm looking forward to using. The wax block, which, while I don't believe it has a function, it was shown at Minecon and looks like a very pretty block. The other new block that we're expecting soon is the honey block, which looks a bit like a yellow version of a slime block, but instead of being bouncy, it's very sticky, which means players are limited to how high they can jump off of it, and they showed that if you run into a column of it, you'll slowly slide down the edge. Anyway, enough about future releases, let's look at this snapshot. The first thing that they've added is that you can now have a parrot on your shoulder whilst riding things. I assume this also means boats and minecarts, but this is cooler. I want a red one. I'm having very little luck. Red one. Wrong one. What's cooler than a parrot on your shoulder? A parrot on each shoulder. Duh. Can I code? Wow, that actually worked. Oh. It seems like it called all parrots and entities nearby except the two that are on my shoulder. So if I do that command again... the one on my shoulder survived and the one that was flying didn't. Now I'm just looking through old bug reports and I found that this was a bug in Snapshot 17W, which is quite an old one, and it's marked as resolved. Okay, apparently because it's now part of me, it is not an entity in itself. The first bug fix that they've listed is that wandering traders should no longer spawn in very small spaces, which means they've probably amended the spawning algorithm. This is a good thing because, of course, if they spawn in a small space, that's often a farm and not a very good place to have something in there breaking things. Well, that's another bug. This grass that I'm holding is very monotone on the top. Not what I was trying to show you, but distraction. The second bug fix says that mobs should now be able to spawn on redstone lamps and jack-o'-lanterns again, which I'm actually not having any luck at managing. I was hoping by flying around here something would spawn on that platform, which is obviously dark enough for things to spawn. Okay, I created a super flat world made out of redstone lamps and we've immediately got slime spawning on here, which is a good sign. We're not... here we go. We are getting other spawns. Right, so that confirms it. Oh. The next bug is that exploded bees' nests and beehives didn't release the bees or keep the bees inside them, which meant, of course, you could pick up the beehive and place it, and there'd be no bees there. This is now fixed. Bees are cute and adorable, but even more cute and adorable is the baby bees, which no longer suffocate when against a solid block ceiling, which is good because they're too cute to die. The next three bugs can all be summarised in one, and that's that bees would enter a nest when it's on fire and wouldn't leave or escape a nest when it's on fire. Now, of course, yep, they at least try and get out. Oh, I really regret doing that. I feel terrible. Sorry. Very handy little feature. If you have a cow and a cow spawn egg, you can make a baby cow just by right-clicking on the adult one. Now, in the previous 4 snapshots, you couldn't do this with a mule. For some reason, right-clicking on an adult mule gave you another mule. Now you get a baby. One of the major changes introduced in these recent snapshots is a new render engine called Blaze 3D. This new engine should allow for the game to run smoother, however it's caused many new bugs which Mojang are working to resolve. Most of them are very minor, and so we're going to run through them very quickly. A number of blocks and entities were rendering transparent when looking at them from certain angles. This included chests, trap chests, signs, books, pistons, bells, conduits, a lot of things basically. Should all be fixed now. Block animations were running very fast, such as sea lanterns, magma blocks, and fire. Still seems pretty fast though. End portals and end gateways were rendering offset, which means we end up with this funky looking thing. Don't worry, this is the last snapshot. Yeah, I got it in the right place. You may remember this from the last video, but the braking animation was set based on the player positioning, which means that as I move, so does the braking animation. Another thing you might remember from the last snapshot video is that turtles look like this. Fixed now. Now. Wow, he survived. Something about the enchanted glint not rendering properly. I can't get it to not work though, which is kind of annoying. Also, while we're on this view, the next bug is the flickering trees, which you can see behind me. Ugh. Apparently the game would crash when a player model is rendered after the player is stung by a bee. Oh, yep. That crashed. This is another rendering bug that I wasn't aware of, and that's that the glowing effect doesn't respect texture transparencies. So basically anything that is part of that entity, it glows around. So if you look at the tail, transparent area doesn't go around it. Go away, horse, you're in the way of me showing this off. Now, the hitbox of that item is rendering behind the portal. Another one that's fixed. Now, this bug fix is the most exciting of them all. MC-161902. Game crashes when a turtle ridden by an illager enters the water. That's the bug I reported. I discovered a bug, reported it. It was acknowledged as not just me being stupid, assigned to a skilled dev, fixed, and is now listed in the snapshot release notes. My name is in the bug tracker. It's official, I'm famous. Next up, I need to release a fashion line. Look, the game didn't crash. And that's a funny sight. That's weird enough to see that I need this. This has now got to be a thing. It was a thing where if a player is inside a block, that block is no longer rendered. It is now, which means I can just see the inside of a stone block. People's legs weren't rendering when they're in a boat. The baby polar bears' heads were not attached to their bodies. This was also a thing for pandas. I think his head is somewhere, it's just not visible. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. And it's a giant head as well. And the final bug we already looked at, and that's that the blocks that a mob with glowing is standing on also glow. That's it for this snapshot. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Check out my other videos, especially my new Lifecraft Let's Play series. Hope to see you again. Bye bye now.